Welcome back to Alabama Live. It's Friday, so we are in the kitchen today with Miss Kathy from Kathy's Southern Kitchen.
That's
Easy
right.
for you to say.
Yes.
Say
that 3 times fast.
Well, you know, it's Valentine's Day. We're kind of all hyped up on our Valentine's Day sweets around here. You're partly to blame for that, for the treats that you brought in.
We brought in those
today.
beautiful red velvet cupcakes. You've got to have a little chocolate
of compliments.
on.
Lots of compliments on those. But what are we cooking here today in this kitchen?
Well, I tell you what, diamonds are a girl's best friend, but I'm going to tell you what, beef is a man's best friend. And we're making some sweetheart cast iron steak au poivre. And that's just a fancy name for steak with pepper.
Oh. Well,
yeah,
okay.
I know. It's the
so
French name.
With the fancy twist.
Yes, but there's just something, you know, steak au poivre.
Well, it does sound.
It does. It sounds so fancy.
Yes,
and since it's Valentine's Day, we're going
fancy
all
it
out.
up a little
Exactly.
bit. Yes.
Now I've got some beef tenderloin, and these are cut, also known as filet mignon. You can really use any kind of tender beef that you'd like. If you want to grab a New York strip, even a ribeye can be cooked.
Do you prefer the boneless cut, or would you? Or
well, yes.
This one needs a boneless cut. Not
yes, it really does. And so your New York strips, your ribeyes are going to be your go-to for this. Now, tenderloin takes very little effort, and that's why we're using
why we like
this.
it. Yes.
Exactly. It's Valentine's. We want to spend our evening doing other things besides being in the kitchen, right?
But we do like to eat well.
Yes. It's all about eating well. Now, I've got a cast iron skillet. Forget the grill. You know, the cast iron skillet.
We'll leave the grill to the guys. This is where we tend to thrive.
Yes, exactly. Now, I'm going to hit this on one side with a little bit of kosher salt. And for the other side, I am going into a salt and pepper mixture. These are peppercorns, and look at this. This is going right in. You really want your skillet nice and hot. Mine needs to be a little bit hotter, but that's okay.
Where do you like to keep the temperature for your
medium
skillet?
high?
Medium high.
Medium high. And of course, when you're cooking live on television, you kind of want to err on the side of lower heat, just so that we're not.
Nobody needs to be burned. We don't want to start
fires.
fires.
And we're not talking through a smoke. We don't need any smoke in this segment. But this is just basically a coarse ground black pepper.
Okay.
Or you can really grind up your own peppercorn medley if you'd like. I'm going on the easy side today.
We love easy.
I'm all about.
Yes, I'm just for the easier the better.
I couldn't agree more. Now, these are going to need to sear on both sides.
Okay.
And that takes about a minute to 2 minutes, depending upon. No, and really, beef is so delicious cooked in cast iron. It is cast iron skillet and a good steak are best friends.
Okay.
Yes. Let's take a look at that. Now, it needs to be really brown. Okay, and I'm going to add.
How do you know when your 1 to 2 minutes is enough?
Well, I'm adding a pat of butter into this. And this is going to help this brown too.
We call that just a pat of butter. No
measurement.
This is a pat. It's
just a pat. About 2 tablespoons. Yes, butter makes everything better.
It does. Butter is better. It is.
Everything. And
that will help brown it maybe a little faster.
Yes. Now, really, it needs. I'm doing this for television purposes. At the end of the day, I'm going to flip this back over. But you want it to be.
Give us an idea of
a nice golden brown. Now, I'm going to add just a little bit of thyme.
Okay.
This is fresh thyme and some garlic.
This is what we're going to be smelling around the corner.
Yes, and I'll say that you need to make sure that your date, that you both eat garlic. If not, this is a no-no.
Well, you may need to make sure that you're okay with your date eating garlic.
That's true.
Later in the night.
That is true. But this makes anybody look like a pro. We're just taking a little bit of that butter, and we're basting these steaks.
Well, you are such a pro that you make it look so easy.
It is so easy. You know, getting in the kitchen and just creating a great meal at home, isn't as difficult as we make it look.
Well, sometimes we get a little overwhelmed.
That's true.
Especially when there are a number of ingredients. But this is something that's pretty darn simple.
It really is.
It doesn't have too many overwhelming
You know what?
ingredients.
You can even take all of this away. You truly could, and just make your steaks like this, and they are outstanding.
Every would be delicious. Okay, well, I know you got some more work to do. We're going to check back in with you here in a few more minutes, and we'll finish up cooking this, and we'll check out those other ingredients you've got over there. And we're going to be smelling this around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
All hour long. I think we have a lot of hungry people around, around the building coming in to see what's happening in here.